Hello everyone, my name is Tony Hassel. I'm a wedding filmmaker here based in the UK, and this video is the questions you should ask before a wedding to your couple to get as much information as you can to help you out on the wedding day and know what's coming. So something that I did employ quite early on is asking a question, sending out a questionnaire to the couple. They can fill that in and it just lets me know what's happening in the day, the timings and everything like that. First bit of information is I want to know where partner one is getting ready. I label this as partner one because it could be same-sex wedding and I want to be inclusive, something that may be worth bearing in mind. Normally this is the bride and it just lets me know the location. Sometimes at the venue, but if there's like 3 different venues, as in they're getting ready at their own house, then they're going to a church, then they're going to the venue, it's good to know the location, so ask for postcode, stuff like that. You could also ask for a time when all this is happening. Normally I arrive 2 to 3 hours before the ceremony, so that gives me an indication of when I should arrive, but obviously everything's different. But yeah, 2 to 3 hours for me is what I would arrive before the ceremony, so it's good to know where partner one is getting ready. Partner two, usually the groom. If you've got a second shooter, this is information they would need so they know where to go to get the groom prep, or if it's same sex, obviously, where they go for that. So yeah, it's good to know where these people are getting ready, get the address, and obviously you just know where you're going. Next question that I ask is the exact ceremony details. So what I mean by this is the time of the ceremony, possibly what type of ceremony it is, because obviously different religions have different types of ceremonies, and the location. So I want to know the timings, the location, and what type of ceremony it is. You can sort of get an idea when you already spoke to the couple what type of ceremony it's going to be. But yeah, this is information you're going to need because you want to know when to get there and at what time. You know, if it's a church wedding, you're already at one location, you need to drive to the next location, you can start working out there how much time you have to get to a certain venue. And it's a good time to then also ask what's important to the couple. If it's a case where they really want the first look with the father and they've got different things going on, but then the church is like half an hour away, that could be a sense where you'd be like, cool, you're going to need a second shooter for this, because obviously you're prioritizing this, which is great, but second shooter is going to come in handy for me in terms of timings. They can get to the venue, they can mic everyone up, and there's no rushing around then. So you can sort of use this as a selling point to upsell a second shooter. But yeah, it's good to know the information of obviously the ceremony. Next one is the details of the reception, the venue that we're going to after the ceremony, just to make sure that you've got the right address and you know where you're going, and it gives you an indication then of where you're going and where cocktail hour is going to be. It's good to then know so next question is what time is the wedding breakfast? Then you know how much time you've got for cocktail hour. Obviously the name clues in the name and it would be an hour. It's normally around an hour, 2 hours, but yeah, you want to know when the wedding breakfast is so you can get prepared. And the next question after that is, are the speeches or the toasts before or after the meal? Because if you know it's before the meal, you need to make sure you give yourself enough time to get cameras in place, get micing people up. If the toast speeches are after the meal, then you can give yourself a little bit of time because you won't be doing anything while people are eating. So yeah, it's good to know when the speeches are. And then the next question to ask is how many speeches? Some people still may not know yet, but it's good to get an indication. Obviously, normally, traditional weddings is father of the bride, groom, best man. But untraditional weddings may have various different things. I know farmer weddings have just an open mic where people just get up and do speeches after the usual 3. So yeah, find out who's doing the speeches and get their names, so on the day you can sort of try and work out who these people are and mic them up. Then the next thing I ask is, are there any planned special moments after the ceremony? This could be anything from obviously confetti, sparklers, fireworks, anything that's just unusual that they may have planned or something that they feel like they really want capturing. It's a chance for them to then tell you so you know beforehand what to do. So yeah, are there anything else that's happening? Then the next thing I ask is the contact details of the best person or the person of honour. I label it this way just to be more inclusive, because you never know, if you've got a same-sex wedding, you want to make sure you're using the correct terminology there. It just means that I've never had to use this throughout all my years of being a wedding musician and a wedding videographer. We've never had to contact the best person or the person of honour. But it's good to have that there just in case you do need to get in touch. So there's another question I ask. You could ask then when the first dance is, just to give yourself an indication of time-wise. And that'll pretty much give you the timeline for the day, anything that's happening, any unique moments, anything like that. Then you can start writing out the timeline for the day. A little tip that I do, which is really helpful, is on your notes section if you've got an iPhone or Android I'm sure would have notes section, is write all the timings down, screenshot it, and then have it as your screensaver on your phones. On the day you can just look, what time we're on, what thing's happening next. It's just a quick way to access it. The next thing I ask the couples to do is something that you really don't have to do, but it helps me just with my marketing. I ask for each supplier's Instagram handle or email. So what this does is when I create the trailer for social media, I can tag them all, I can tag them in the story that I post, they can reshare their story. It's a chance for you then to market yourself and to be seen in front of more people after the wedding. So I ask for each person's Instagram handle or email. Another thing you can do is, with the makeup artist in the morning, I can message them beforehand being like, hey, can't wait to work with you. Is there any chance when you're doing the bride's makeup is to set them up so they're facing the window? Already then you've set it up so the natural light is hitting the bride's face in the morning and you don't have to worry about getting there and being like, the bride's in an awful place where it's just too dark. It already sets up, so you're not controlling the day on the day, but you're sort of influencing it as it happens. Then the final two questions which I ask is, one of them, is there any sensitive family dynamics I need to be aware of? Maybe this case of a divorce, people don't get on, they don't probably want those two people in the same shot. Just something to be aware of, and you can sort of try and work out on the day. Not something you have to do, but I've found a lot of brides be like, oh, that's a really nice question to ask, thank you. And I'm like, that's cool, because sometimes there are things on a wedding that I don't know about and I might film, and I'm like, we don't like this person, can you take it out of the film? It just gives you a heads up beforehand. And then my last question is just, is there anything I need to know? Is there anything you want to tell me? And it's just a chance for them just to maybe even say we're really excited, or just be like, oh, we just thought of this. It's a little thing at the end of the questionnaire just to prompt them again if there's anything else that's going on at the wedding. And those are all the questions I ask. It gives me a good timeline, and it just makes sure the day runs as smoothly as I want it to, or I can help run it. Words. It's just a chance for me to get a timeline in place and just make sure I'm more prepared for the day. So cool. Do you think there's anything I've missed? Is there anything that you ask your couples that you think is something that should be in a questionnaire that you send out? Let's have a discussion in the comment section below. Please like this video if you have liked it, and subscribe because there's more videos coming out like this. So cool. Thank you for watching.